girl. You know, for days now I've been watching you as you walk by. But I've been afraid to come out and tell you exactly just what's on my mind.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Dubs Only podcast. It's been a minute, but you know, it's playoff action, so we got to get back into it. And we're going to discuss a preview of Game 2 for tonight's Eastern Conference Finals with the Indiana Pacers and the New York Knicks. Now, Game 1, that was something else in itself, just because the history behind the Knicks and the Pacers and the way the ending happened between the Game 1 was just something crazy. So let's just go into it, because how we got here, the Indiana Pacers have just been on a roll themselves. No one really expected them to go this far, but if you really know basketball, if you really know rosters and the way this team is structured, from Miles Turner, Pascal Siakam, Ben Mathurin off the bench, Halliburton at the point guard, who people voted as the most overrated player, which to me is crazy, because just because he doesn't have a crazy bag where he can get his own shot, like a mid-range or like a pull-up J just like that, he can't do it on a consistent basis like a Shea, like a Kyrie Irving or something like that. But he's able to make the correct play at the right time, whether that's making the right drive to get a layup, whether that's making the right pass, playing defense, getting a rebound, because he's honestly a triple-double threat himself anytime he touches the floor. So I don't understand the whole overrated part. He can shoot, he can facilitate, all this stuff. And the way that this team is built, you have Miles Turner, you have Pascal Siakam right there in the bottom, Aaron Nesmith as well, Nembhard, the guard, to go along with Halliburton. It's just a well-rounded team. And then off the bench, you have Obi Toppin, who's a high flyer himself, can run the floor with the best of them. You got TJ McConnell, a backup point guard who's proven vet, is able to play scrappy, make shots when needed, facilitate, just a true backup point guard. And just the way that the Pacers have been playing this whole playoffs, you can tell that they're hitting their stride at the right moment. And let's go into the game with New York in Game 1, because New York themselves has also been on a tear. They made the crazy offseason trade, getting Karl-Anthony Towns and Mikal Bridges, being able to sign the extension, and being able just to get the Villanova connection with Brunson, Bridges, Hart. You knew that the team was gonna gel eventually. Didn't think it would happen in year 1 just like this, but man, it's crazy. And for me personally, going into the playoffs, I kind of wanted New York to be able to go to the finals or just make a deep run, just because of the history of New York, what New York means to basketball in general. And the fact that they're here and be able to beat the Celtics in the second round, man, that showed me something that, okay, maybe this team is destined for greatness or maybe destined for something higher. But that kind of switched after Game 1, which saw the Indiana Pacers do what the New York Knicks did to the Boston Celtics, being able to come down from a crazy deficit and able to steal a game. Because that's what New York did to Boston the first 2 games in Boston, being able to steal those 2 games after trailing by 20 plus. Now, this game wasn't 20 plus. I want to say it was 14-15 around the 250 mark. And just Aaron Nesmith was able to get into his inner Reggie Miller, who Reggie Miller is known as a Nick killer. And just the way that making 3 after 3 after 3 after 3, not full court, but like those pull-ups, catch and shoot, the deep one right there with 24 seconds left, and being able to drop for 30 points, 8 and 9 from the 3, 4 from the free throw. You don't expect that from Nesmith, even though he was one of the best shooters in the league at 3-point percentage. But just the fact that this game was the way it went was just amazing, because you're down 2. Halliburton, they take the ball out with 7 seconds left. Halliburton goes the length of the floor. Mikal Bridges reaches. You could have called the foul right there, sent Halliburton to the line, but you know the refs are not going to call that, especially in the playoff game, Eastern Conference Finals, when it's down to the wire. You don't call those fouls. And the fact that he had the open layup. When I watched the play live, I saw he had a layup, or at least a floater, because Mitchell Robinson was playing back. He was looking for the read, and he was actually waiting for him to drive in from what I saw. And the fact that he was able to pull it back, run back to the 3-point line, shoot the ball, I was just like, what are you doing? Like, you had the layup, you had the floater, or at least a mid range right there. Why are you going back for the win? Like, play for overtime. And when he shot the ball, as soon as it hit the back iron, anyone who's played basketball, you know if the ball hits the back iron and it goes straight up 20, 30 feet, just like that ball did, and it felt like forever coming down, reminiscent of the Kawhi Leonard shot. But anyone who knows ball, if you see the hit the back iron go up the 20 feet like that, and it's going to drop straight down. And that's exactly what it did. My mind was blown. Everyone I think who watched the play, who was there live, who was announcing, watching, I think they all yelled just like I did at work. I was like, I can't believe he made that. But the crazy part was, even though he thought he made the game winner, it was actually just a fortune in the overtime just because he had a toe on the line. So that just kind of shows you, like, maybe if we were to take a little step back, that was going to be pure swish. And the celebration and the reaction afterwards was just the choke, the Reggie Miller 2.0 choke. Man, you love it, especially when it comes to rivalries like that, like historic rivalries, because these teams haven't faced off in the playoffs, I want to say, since Carmelo Anthony, Paul George, Roy Hibbert, J.R. Smith in the mid-2010s. So what do I think that's going to entail going into this game tonight? I think that it can go either one or two ways. One, the Indiana Pacers can ride the momentum and are able just to keep going, because that's a hard loss to take if you're New York, especially after beating the Boston Celtics and in the fashion that they did last weekend, and completely annihilating them last Friday, like by 30 points. So, and Indiana just being able just to have in their mind, like, hey, we stole a game. We're good now. But, we want more. We want to get these two games and be able to go to Indiana, win those two games too, because they already have the home court advantage. New York, what they need to do is be able to even things up, try to steal one back in Indiana, which is a hostile basketball environment. Again, for those who know basketball, Indiana is not the Mecca. You wouldn't say the Mecca, because New York is the Mecca of basketball, but they're just as passionate, if not more passionate, about basketball in Indiana than New York. So with tonight's game going on, what do I think is going to happen? I think New York is going to be able to come out, show like, hey, that game was a fluke. We had it. We beat ourselves. They didn't beat us. Let's go out and show them why we are the Knicks, why we are the best team remaining in the East, why we are going to represent the East, why this is going to be the first time in over 20 years that we're going to make the finals. And I think Jalen Brunson, again, he's going to have a monster game, because in game one, man, Jalen Brunson, he had 43 points, and he was just doing it he just went off 15 to 25. Didn't shoot well from three, going 1 of 6, 12-14 from the free throw line. But I think Jalen Brunson, he's going to have that nasty taste in the mouth. I think he's going to go again for over 30 points. Karl-Anthony Towns, he showed up as well, going 35 points, 12 rebounds. It's kind of like we got to see something else from the bench, because the bench didn't really come too much besides Miles McBride, who had 9 points. So what's going to happen? We're just going to see what's going to happen. I think that New York mentality, that New York grit, that grind, the atmosphere of the Mecca, of the Garden, I think the New York Knicks are going to be able to come out, be able to show out, be able to just take this game and even things up. Because you're in New York, you know what your back's against the wall right now, what the momentum could bring. And especially for the Indiana Pacers, if they're able to just take this game, you know that going into that hostile environment in Indiana is going to be a difficult thing to do. So I think New York knows what's on the line. I think they know that, hey, if we don't win this game, things can go very, very south very, very fast. So I actually got the New York Knicks to even things up tonight. I think it's going to be a close game as well, just like last game. I don't think it's going to be any choke jobs or any like comebacks like that. I think that New York is going to be able to keep a distance throughout the whole game, and Indiana's going to have a run. But I think that with the Knicks being able to slow things down, have a shot creator in Jalen Brunson, that they're able to withstand that run and be able just to hold things out like that. So I got the Knicks winning tonight, taking it back to Indiana. We're going to go 1-1. And that's going to be my prediction for tonight. Just, I guess, tune in more just for later, just because we're going to be coming back with more. I know I say that we're going to come back to more with this podcast. And I truly am sorry that I'm not able to do more. Not be able to. I just haven't been able to because of work. Because when I come home, I got the dog right here. I got other priorities I gotta take care of. But I'm telling you guys right now that hey, we're gonna make a comeback. We're gonna start talking more sports, more all this stuff like that. So tune in. Catch y'all later. Peace.
Never wish the worst. It come back around. Chicken karma is a curse. Why you looking like you wanna be on innocent? You ain't got a front now, know that you've been missing it. Well, I'm back with the rack, tryna flip it, make a stack. Anytime you learn some game, you wanna give it back to the youth, to the next generation. To my little bros, come to me for information. I have my rounds, look, I've been across the town. Whatever you wanna do in life, just always hold it down.